Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Bobby Valentine Sports Show. I am your host, Frank Rampin, alongside Sal Grinstead. Here we are to break down NFL Week 7. We're going to predict the games for this week. We're going to have our breakdown video earlier in the week, and then Thursdays, we're going to have our NFL predictions. So we're going to start off Thursday Night Football, AFC North battle. Pittsburgh Steelers headed to the jungle to play the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Flacco. Steelers with Mike Tomlin 0-6 all-time in the division on Thursday night road games and 2-7 overall on Thursday night. So not a kind day to Mike Tomlin. How do you see this game going, Sal?
Yeah, I mean, this is always tricky. An AFC North battle on a Thursday night, always fun to watch. The only thing that would make this better is a little snowstorm. But I don't know if that'll be happening. But, I mean, Tomlin, he's a little worried about Joe Flacco already. I mean, we talked about it earlier in the week, and I completely agree with him. Why, if you think your quarterback is good enough to start on opening day, why trade him in division? I guess it doesn't really matter for the Browns because they suck anyway, but it's, that's just bad managerial. That's just terrible. And Joe Flacco, man, he's been around for a while, and he kind of knows what he's doing out there on Thursday nights. I think this is going to be an upset, and the Bengals are going to take this one on Thursday night.
Wow. I did not expect you to go there with that. That is crazy. But so far in prime time, I don't know if this is the wind. I think it's just to cover against the spread. The underdog, 10 for 12 against the spread on these primetime games. And we mentioned that earlier in the week too. These primetime games have been a good team versus a supposedly bad team. And it's just been a weird outcome the whole time. This is such a weird, the Steelers are the only team in the division that have a winning record. The Bengals are in second place in the AFC North. They're 2-4. Oh, man, the trends are all going kind of towards Cincinnati, but I think I got to take the Steelers. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, just too much. I think he's going to take it. Pittsburgh 5-1, tied with Indianapolis at the top of the AFC.
I mean, that's obviously the smart pick. I didn't really want to go Bengals until I got in here and started talking. But, yeah, I mean, if the Bengals win, it's going to be because of Jamar Chase. He's going to run free. He's going to have to. I mean, that's their only hope right now with no Joe Shiesty back there. So you better hope Joe Cool does the job now.
And obviously they're calling this the Icy Hot Bowl, 2 40-year-old quarterbacks. So let's go to 9:30 Sunday morning, bright and early, over in London. And London's team heads back to their town. The Jacksonville Jaguars will be playing there against the Los Angeles Rams. Two very good teams, both 4-2 so far this season. Puka Nacua battling a foot injury so far this week. He's been limited to practice. Actually, I don't think he has practiced yet this week. So we'll see what his status is for early morning over across the pond. And honestly, I think I'm leaning towards Rams here. I just think I like this Rams team a little bit more. I trust Matt Stafford more than I trust Trevor Lawrence, obviously, Hall of Famer. And I just think that experience, and they're going to be able to move the ball better on offense. I'm going to take the Rams here.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun game to watch if you didn't have too crazy of a Saturday night and you get up in time to catch it in the morning. I usually only catch about the second half of them. But, I mean, Jags, bro, they play in London all the time. They're so used to it. This Jags defense is arguably the best in the league. I like the Jags in this one.
All right, Sal, we're disagreeing today. We're going to find out who's right on Monday, brother. Let's keep going through this. What's the first 1 o'clock game you want to talk about, Sal?
I guess we can just get my team out of the way. Dolphins at Browns. You mentioned it. What is this? The first lefty quarterback matchup in how long?
Since 2006. 20 years. That's insane.
Wow.
And I said before, too, so this is the first time two lefty quarterbacks going to play each other since 2006. And then the Browns are scheduled to go play Atlanta next week. So that will be back-to-back weeks with two lefty quarterbacks going into barring injuries or Shador sighting. We'll see.
Yeah, Browns are favored in this one. And, I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't be. Dolphins are terrible. But if we lose this one, I think it's going to be a clearinghouse inside. Everybody's going to get fired. So I think we're going to find a way to win this one, and then we'll probably win 4 out of our next 5 or something stupid like that, and then get a little false hope and get like the 17th overall draft pick. So we'll probably win this one on Sunday, and get a little spirits, I guess, back up there in Miami.
I think I agree with you, Sal. I think I'm going to have to go with the Fins. Not because I feel like they're playing very well. I just feel like the Browns have been playing so bad. Dylan Gabriel honestly impressed me a little bit in that first game he played in London against Minnesota. And then last week they go to Pittsburgh and they call 58 passing plays.
Yeah.
How does that make any sense? Like, what are you doing? You got a rookie quarterback in his second career game. He's an undersized quarterback going against the D-line with TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, like all these massive dudes. Like, how many passes got batted down? 3 or 4 on this game. He got sacked 6 times. Just an ugly game for the Browns because honestly, it was 9-3 at halftime. They had a chance. If they were to establish the run, they just didn't even try after Quinshon Judkins had one of the best games or his best game of his career in London. Very weird game for the Browns. I just don't have any faith over there in Cleveland.
Yeah, it's weird. If they had somewhat of a formidable offense, they could be a playoff team. I mean, that defense is so unbelievably good. It's unbelievable. And you have, like you said, Dylan Gabriel throwing the ball 58 times. I believe it was for like 221 yards. Like, those are terrible numbers. Terrible, terrible. And why would you want his left arm to get worn out in his second career game, third career game? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And for that coaching alone, they should lose this weekend, but you never know.
And I mean, Stefanski's won 2 Coach of the Year awards, so I guess I'll just leave it at that. I'm just very confused. I might as well just go to my team as well because we went from the Finns. Let's go to the Raiders now. The Raiders will be traveling to Kansas City, Missouri, to Arrowhead Stadium to play the Chiefs the first week that Rashee Rice comes back. So that's fun. Gotta love that as a Raiders fan. It's going to be an awesome time. The spread is 12.5. Take it.
Oh man. I mean, I guess I'll jump in on them because I don't think you're gonna want to, but Frank, if I were you, I would find another game to watch at 1 p.m. because even if you guys do play good, there is no way in the world those refs are gonna let the Chiefs lose to the Raiders.
No chance.
So you're stacked against 11 guys on offensive defense on their side, and then 7 or 8 officials on each side too. So I mean, you can never win when you're playing 11 on 18. Never. Even if you're playing better, which I don't know if that'll happen, but
probably not. Yeah, I mean, every year we play the Chiefs, especially as of late when we've been, I mean, not as of late, for the 25 years of my life, we're terrible. We've not been good. We've had 2 seasons where we had a chance to beat the Chiefs, right? We had that one miracle game. We beat them on Christmas, which was awesome. Ruined Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's Christmas. That was one of the highlights of the recent years for the Raiders for me. But I always try to tell myself, we're bad. They're better. They're going to beat us by a lot. And every time it just pisses me off, dude. I can't, that's something about that freaking yellow and red makes me just want to puke on my TV screen. Something about him, man. Something about him. All right, let's move on. Raiders are going to lose. Another 1 o'clock game. Mike Vrabel's return to Nashville. How ironic. The week after they fire their head coach, Mike Vrabel is going to be heading back to town. And what are the chances that he gets cheers when he walks onto the field? I'd say pretty high.
I would agree. I don't understand why they even fired Brian Callahan because you know this roster isn't good enough to win games. So why? I mean, you're bringing in an intern now who still just as bad of a roster as you had before. You didn't bring Callahan in to make it to the playoffs this year because everybody knew damn well that wasn't going to happen.
And so I got a crazy stat for you. You might have seen this already. The last 4 quarterbacks that have been drafted number 1 overall, their head coach got fired during their rookie season. 4 in a row. And 6 of the last 8 quarterbacks to get drafted first overall, quarterback fired in their rookie season. That's just how you're setting them up for failure. If you're going to draft the quarterback number 1 overall, you should at least let your coach go through 1 season, probably 2, honestly, because you need some time. I don't understand when this became a norm, but that's not going to set any of these guys up for success. And maybe that's why they're finding success on their second, third, even 4th teams and not their first stop because they're just getting rid of the coach.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You know when you're drafting a rookie quarterback, he's not going to lead you to the Super Bowl. He's probably not even going to lead you to the playoffs.
No.
I mean, you had a few wild examples past few years in Jaden Daniels. I mean, that's like arguably one of the greatest rookie seasons a quarterback's ever had. So
probably is.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only type of way you make the playoffs, but you can't expect that from every number 1 overall drafted quarterback. That's just absurd.
Dude, and then the year before, it was the greatest rookie season ever by CJ Stroud. So back-to-back years, we had the greatest rookie season ever by a quarterback, and that probably just skewed all the stuff in minds. But it was happening even before then. It's crazy. And I've said this so many times. As a Raiders fan, this is what happened to Derek Carr. Derek Carr got screwed by being a Raider. Derek Carr is the greatest quarterback statistically that's ever put on a Raiders uniform. Ever. And he got shafted by a terrible defense and 7 different offensive playbooks in 9 seasons. It's ridiculous.
It's just not the recipe to win. And with that being said, give me the Patriots.
Yeah, me too. Give me the Patriots. Vrabel's going to smoke them. I listened to Taylor Lewan and Will Compton talk about Vrabel today on Get Up on ESPN. They are talking about how he wants this game bad. He's going to smoke them.
Oh, yeah. And this Patriots team, they have a really good chance to maybe separate themselves in the division.
Oh, yeah.
You look at the rest of the year, they don't really play anybody good until, like, I think it's week 15. They play the Bills.
Yeah, but the Bills' schedule is kind of easy too.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I guess, very easy schedule both ways. But, yeah, Patriots can get on a little roll. And, I mean, don't be surprised if you see them 9-3 here in a few months.
And one more thing I'll mention about rookie quarterbacks. Peyton Manning threw 27 picks his rookie year.
Still
27. It'll be the record forever. No one's ever going to break that. All right, keep going through the 1 o'clock slate here. The New Orleans Saints and Spencer Rattler headed over to Chicago to face Caleb Williams. This game's got a little bit of baggage to it, Sal. We talked about this recently because of the Red River rivalry, but Caleb Williams obviously was an Oklahoma quarterback behind Spencer Rattler in the Red River rivalry that year. Spencer Rattler was terrible. They benched him, and the first play of that game for Caleb, he ran for a touchdown. So I bet Spencer Rattler remembers that, probably wants to beat him. 4.5 points, the Bears are favored here. I think I'm going to have to take Chicago. Their offense has been a lot better recently. They really impressed me against the Commanders in a sloppy game. Give me the Bears.
You know, just how I talked about last week, how I took the Bears over the Commanders for Caleb Williams kind of getting his get back on Jaden Daniels for the Hail Mary. I think Rattler's going to get his get back on Caleb Williams for taking his spot. I think we kind of underestimate the type of revenge players want to have on the people who did them wrong. And nobody really likes Caleb Williams anyway. So I've always been a huge fan of Rattler, dude. I mean, he obviously struggled at OU a little bit, but it just wasn't for him. I mean, he had so many big wins at South Carolina, and I think he gets another big win on this Sunday. So give me the Saints.
And let's not forget, before Caleb Williams was Caleb Williams, Heisman Trophy, #1 overall, obvious pick, Spencer Rattler was supposed to be what Caleb Williams became. He was the guy going into Oklahoma.
You look at the class he came in with. I mean, that's like what Drake May, all them. He was the #1 overall quarterback going into college. He was supposed to be the guy.
He was.
So, I mean, I think he's been continually trying to prove everybody that he still can be that guy. I mean, he was rated higher than all of these guys that are doing work now. So he's like, why can't I do that now? You know, I think he gets his get back for sure.
See what happens. And the Saints offense has been pretty solid, actually.
Tight games they've played all year.
Yeah. Last game of the 1 o'clock slate here. Philadelphia Eagles will head to Minneapolis to take on the Vikings. Philly, 1.5 point favorite here on the road against the Skull people over there, whatever they call themselves. Kind of a hostile environment for this Eagles team and a good defense led by Brian Flores. That offense for the Eagles has been struggling. How do you see this one going, Sal?
Yeah, this is a tricky game. I mean, Philly has not looked good in back-to-back weeks. They got destroyed by the Giants, who are a subpar football team. I mean, the Vikings haven't been anything crazy. Their defense has been good. Carson Wentz has been okay. But if anything can get this Philly team back on track, it's a hostile environment where Sirianni can yell at the fans and really get into it. So I think Philly's going to win a close one. The 1.5 spread, I think, really solidifies what this game's going to be. It's going to be tight. It's going to be defense. And it's going to be hostile. Give me the Eagles.
Yeah, and a low total, 43.5. So, yeah, you're right about that defensive struggle, it seems. The books think that too. And I love your point there about Sirianni. You know, he loves adversity. He loves to just talk his shit to anyone who will listen. And I also think that I like the Eagles because everyone else hates them, honestly. The whole world is talking so much negative about the Eagles that I just don't think they're as bad as people say. There's no way. So I'm going to take Eagles here too. Now let's jump to the 4 o'clock window. Indianapolis Colts head west to take on the Los Angeles Chargers. This is a good game. 5-1 Colts versus the 4-2 Chargers, the two tops of the AFC right now, at the tops of the divisions. Chargers favored by 1.5 at home here. The Chargers have been playing much better football over the past 2 weeks. They played, it was a 3-week spell where they didn't do too good, but last week they played a lot better. Colts have been really good, but it seems like there's probably going to be a time where Danny Dimes hits a bump in the road here. He didn't have a great game last week against Arizona. That was at home. I think he's probably going to struggle a little bit this week against a good Chargers defense. As much as I don't like him, give me the Chargers.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, what the culture have been doing so far this year, it doesn't feel real. It's hard to want to believe in them as the number one seed in the AFC. And I think this Chargers defense is really, really good. And Harbaugh's got them boys swarming to the ball. I think he's going to struggle a little bit. If the Colts do win this game, it's going to be because of Jonathan Taylor. And Tyler Warren finally is really coming into his own. He's unbelievable. But I think the Chargers defense is going to be too much to stop. And, I mean, there's going to be a play late third, early fourth where Quentin Johnston's going to break free and do something crazy again. So I got the Chargers as well.
And seemingly, even if the Raiders are terrible, they usually have a solid tight end, more or less. That guy, Derwin James, can cover those guys very well. Very, very well. That guy scares me every time we play the Chargers. Keep going through this 4 o'clock window. The New York Giants head to Mile High to play the Denver Broncos. And I'll tell you, even when the Broncos aren't a good team, they always give people fits Mile High. It probably has to do with some of the altitude, but they just play really well there. And I've talked about numerous times on this podcast how much I despise the Chiefs. One of the things that I despise about this Broncos team that I feel like has to get into the heads of their opponents, every time there's an incomplete pass in Denver, the whole stadium, incomplete. I hate it. But it works. It definitely gets in my head. But it is pretty cool. So I'm going to take the Broncos. I don't think the Giants are going to do it 2 weeks in a row and take down 2 AFC West Giants this year because they already took down the Chargers.
This Broncos team is unreal. Their defense, I see them very similar to the Chargers, who we just picked, obviously, but I think Herbert's a lot better than Bo Nix. He's really kind of been underperforming stat-wise compared to what he did. He's arguably one of the worst quarterbacks on a winning football team right now in the NFL, if you want to look at, I guess, stat-wise on the winners. But, I mean, they're better than the Giants team. I don't necessarily love the 7.5 spread. I think Giants will maybe keep it closer than that because, they do have a good defense and they've really turned into a big run-heavy offense. But I think Denver wins, but I don't think it's by more than 8.
I like it. 425 Packers Cardinals in Arizona. Whenever I think of this matchup, and specifically this matchup in Arizona, crazy finishes, right? Wild games. Like Rodgers lost a playoff game on a strip sack touchdown there. Jeff Janis, Hail Mary in that game down there where they won in overtime. Or no, they lost in overtime. Larry Fitz scored the game-winning touchdown in that game. So Rodgers, when he was on the Packers, had not a lot of success there. So I wonder if Jordan Love can. It's going to be interesting to see. For some reason, I want to take the Cardinals. Give me the Cardinals.
Wow. They've looked terrible 3-4 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's random.
Yeah, I mean, at one point they were kind of up there for favorites in the NFC West, and they've just fallen apart. I'm not sure if Kyler is going to be healthy and ready to go this week, but
did you see Jacoby last week? You kidding me? Guy shredded the Colts.
Honestly, I don't think it matters who's playing QB for the Cardinals because Micah's going to be coming at you all day. Give me the Packers.
Yeah, I don't know why I felt that game, but I'm feeling it. Cardinals, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know why. Just randomly looked at it and it was speaking to me. Last 425 game before we head into the night games. Cowboys Commanders. This could be an interesting game, honestly. If the Eagles don't win against Minnesota, whoever wins this game has a real chance at the division, honestly. They're right there. And so I mentioned this with the Eagles when I picked them earlier. Everybody seems to be down on the Eagles. Everyone that I listen to talk on TV, at least, seems to be very down on the Eagles. And for some reason, everybody I hear talk on TV thinks the Cowboys have a chance. I've been saying this all year. I don't. I didn't think they had a good defense with Micah, and now they have the worst defense in the NFL. I don't understand how people still believe in this team. Give me Washington, and I think the Commanders, if they win this week, are going to have a chance to fight with the Eagles for the division for sure.
Yeah, they had a chance last year. This is a really good team. The only thing that concerns me for the Commanders, I mean, I see them as a playoff team, for years to come. I know Jaden Daniels has a problem with, kind of running into crazy hits. You saw it all the time at LSU. So that, I mean, a potential injury always scares me with Jaden Daniels. He is a little bit of a skinnier guy. But this weekend, I mean, they're favored 1.5 in Dallas. But I think this Dallas offense is arguably the best in the league. And there's whispers that CeeDee Lamb might be back. I don't know about it just yet, but whether he is or isn't, George Pickens looks almost unguardable right now. I got the Cowboys winning a crazy, crazy game.
Wow. It looks like George Pickens has made himself some money so far this year. He's going to be a number one next year for somebody.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Sunday Night Football, Falcons, 49ers. 2 weeks in a row, Michael Penix and the Dirty Birds in prime time after Monday night. I don't know if you know this, Al. They have the number 1 ranked offense and the number 2 ranked defense in football right now, the Atlanta Falcons.
Wow.
Crazy, right? Their defensive line has turned a corner.
Bijan's been running wild too, man. Unreal.
So I'm pretty sure this is probably going to be another Mac Jones game. And man, this 49ers team is just a walking infirmary, dude. There are so many injured players on this team on both sides of the ball. Their 2 best defenders are hurt. Their 2 best players on all, or I guess McCaffrey, but their 2 best pass catchers, or I guess McCaffrey, but you know what I'm saying, are hurt. Kittle and Pearsall, Ayuk, all these guys are hurt. Like, it's crazy. So with that, I kind of like the way this Falcons team is playing. And you know I love Michael Penix. Give me the Falcons.
I like that. I like that a lot. There is, Brock Purdy's questionable right now, but even if he does come back, he's been out of 4 weeks in a row, so he's going to be a little rusty. He played the 1 week kind of in between. Didn't look great. Threw 2 picks.
And who's looked better, him or Mac Jones?
Mac Jones has probably looked better this year, but would you rather trust him or Mac Jones in the playoffs?
Okay, yeah. I just said who looked better. Hey.
I mean, I couldn't trust Mac Jones as far as I could throw him.
Yeah, no.
And he's a little big boy. I don't think I could throw him more than 4 or 5 feet. So give me the Falcons in this one. I think Bijan has another career day. I would love to see Kyle Pitts get going. That would definitely help my fantasy team a lot, but we'll get to that at a different time.
Yeah.
I got Falcons winning another primetime game in back-to-back weeks.
One more thing I will say about Mac Jones is that the rumor, I keep hearing this on TV, and Pat McAfee keeps saying this every single day. Apparently Shanahan, when they traded up for 3, they were planning on taking Mac Jones. So if he loved Mac Jones then and he got him now and he's playing this well, I don't know. Maybe Shanahan has a soft spot in his heart for Mac Jones.
I'm yet to see a quarterback struggle in Shanahan's offense. So you put Jimmy G there, you put Mac Jones, Brock Purdy. He was there with Kaepernick too, right? Is that right?
Lance.
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance struggled there.
Dude, I do love me some Trey Lance though.
No, I don't think he was there with Kaepernick because Shanahan was the offensive coordinator for Atlanta when they lost 28-3 in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, and he was in Cleveland too, right? With Johnny Manziel. Is that right?
I don't know that. I don't know those guys who on the McVay. They've been to a bunch of different stops, so it's hard to tell what all those guys. All right, Sal. Wrap up the weekend. Another Monday Night Football doubleheader. Starting things off 7:00 in Detroit. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Lions. 5.5 points. The Lions are favored, coming off a tough loss against the Chiefs last week, which we've talked about at length. But going against the 5-1 Buccaneers, the best team in the NFC, arguably, versus the second best team.
Yeah, this is going to be such a fun game to watch on a Monday night. And I do love the back-to-back Monday night schedule. I don't know when they started doing that, but keep doing it because I feel like it's the most I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, this year's been crazy.
It's been awesome to watch. This is going to be a great game. You got Baker and Jared Goff going at it again. I think the Lions are going to win this game after, I guess a poorly reffed game last weekend against Chiefs. They're not going to go 4-3. They're too good to go 4-3. This is, a 13 win team. So you're not going to win 13 games if you have 3 losses in your first 7 games. So give me the Lions here. I don't know about the covering that 5.5 spread. That feels a little big against a 5-1 Bucs team who's looked unreal, but
and they always fight back.
Yeah, I got the Lions though.
I feel like the theme of these games this weekend is kind of a revenge game type of thing. If you remember last year, Sal, the Lions had the best season in franchise history. They went 15-2. They're the 1 seed in all football. One of probably their only bad loss of the season last year came early in the year. I think it was right around this time. Maybe it was week 3 or 4, a little earlier than now. They went down to Tampa Bay to play the Bucs and got smoked. I don't know if you remember this, but they were looking like the best team in football 3 or 4 weeks in, and they went down to Tampa and played a dud. I think they scored 6 points in the game. It's probably the worst game the Lions have played in this new era of Lions football. So I'm pretty sure this team probably remembers that, and I think I'm going to agree with you. Take the Lions, and you know what? Maybe I will think the 5.5 spread because of that reason, but I don't know if I want to do that far against Baker.
This This Bucks team is so fun because it feels like any great team or Super Bowl contender, when they go into Tampa, I feel like they get rocked. I remember watching the Eagles go down there so many times.
Yep.
And this year was the first time the Eagles won in Tampa, I believe, with Jalen Hurts in like the past 4 or 5 matchups. And they almost should have lost that game too. Bucks stormed back. But yeah, I mean, Lions are going to win this one. It's in Detroit. If it was in Tampa, maybe a different story.
And then the final game of week 7, 10 p.m. Monday night, which I like the double headers, but 10 p.m. Come on now. I get it's in Seattle, but hey, whoa. Texans head out there to play the Seahawks. The Seahawks look unbelievable. You've talked about a lot. Their special teams has been exceptional. Defense looks good. The only thing about this Seahawks team that's been weird for the past couple seasons, ever since Pete Carroll left, really, they're usually the best team, one of the best teams in football at home. They have a great home field advantage. They have the 12th man. For the past 2 years, ever since Mike McDonald's been the coach, they have one of the worst home records in football, but they're the best team on the road. So it's been a little bit of a backwards situation for these Seahawks fans last few years, I guess. But I don't see this Texans team doing it against that defense. I'm going to take Seattle here. I like Seattle. I don't know about the 3.5, but I like the Seahawks in this one.
Yeah, Seattle had a big win last weekend against the Jags in Jacksonville, I believe. So, I mean, yeah, like I said, great road team. This is going to be a defensive battle. I would take the under of 42.5. I don't see very many points being scored. And if they do, they might be on special teams. Houston's still a little banged up in backfield. I don't know if either Nick Chubb or Woody Marsh is leading the way, but if they want to win their division, which they've won the past 2 years, they're going to need to start winning now because Colts and the Jags are kind of running away. So I think with that being said, the Texans are going to win this one and go back to 500. So give me Houston and Stroud.
All right, Sal, we got a lot of disagreements this week, so we're going to see what happens. Both of us just slightly under 500, right, so far through 2 weeks here?
I'll speak for yourself. I'm a little bit over 500. I'm 10.
You're over 500 in the NFL. You're over 500.
Yeah, I went 6-4 last week. Big week for me.
Jeez, I'm looking like trash out here in the NFL.
We did miss one game. It was Panthers Jets. I don't think it matters too much. Bryce Young's gonna whoop them.
Yeah, give me the Panthers. Yeah.
That'll be
missed that one because it's probably my eyes were like, oh, ew, get away from that. Don't want to look at it.
Well, it probably would have been better if we didn't mention those teams.
True. All right, so week 7 picks. We'll see how we did on Monday, or I guess on Tuesday. So hopefully you enjoyed this one. We're going to do a pick segment every Thursday, all 15 games or however many games there are throughout the week. So hopefully you enjoyed this. We're going to do it once a week. For Sal Grinstead, I'm Frank Rampin. We'll see you after week 7. Peace out.